Hello, viewers. As you are aware that CTAN, after a very long fight for the revocation of the government order in regard to 147 assistant professors in the higher education department, the fight was long and it was victorious, not just for CTAN but for the whole youth of Nagaland and future aspirants of Nagaland. And we are privileged today, after everything, to know more about the fight, the long fight that they had in Kohima the last few weeks, every day. We have here Mishin Lokat, none other than Mishin Lokat, the convener of CTAN. Of course, everybody knows him as also a former candidate from the Congress party in the elections, as well as a social activist. Thank you so much, Mohangi Kutagwadal, for being with us. And why we approached you also to speak to us today is to know exactly, to let the people also know, including ourselves in the media also, because we were there with, the public and be it CTAN or NNQF or the government also, we were telling stories from all sides. What we would like to know is also the way forward. Now, the way forward being, revoke wishe, requisition la process. So, idu requisition, to exactly what is it? We would like the people to know as well from CTAN's point of view.
Yeah, ma'am, thank you for this opportunity. Normally, when it comes to requisition, of course, it takes a little time. Because requisition la procedure do hoi manu bishi janina bi thakju pare li najere manu angare moi kudu mun takaro department ekta de ad hoc thaka kan contract thaka kan nahili bi kuma manu next 12 months de retire hule se hule itu kan la sob information to collect kurina example like tai ekta department la HOD is hule HOD ra tala secretary ki pathai
Right.
Kuma department ne secretary thake, kuma department ne commissioner secretary thake. Taki pathai na secretary wa thik ase approve kule itu pichi dehi NPSC di jai do. That is the normal procedure.
Right.
So since it is already been revoked, we itya condition requisition to jiuli pathawale lego because post creation be ase that clearly na. Aro it's not only concerning this higher education department. Of course, after the meeting with our executive of CTN, we are going to write a letter to all the departments in Nagaland. Ekdam advanced work within what we will do is we will continue to do what we have been doing 2-3 years back. What we do is we write to the HODs of all the departments, 76 departments in Nagaland. To send requisition of those posts which are filled on ad hoc, contract, fixed pay, and also those posts which are likely to be vacated in the next 12 months.
Okay.
So very soon we'll be writing to all the departments. Yeah.
And what is this letter going to be? Contents of this letter? What are you going to ask the departments, if I may ask, or would you like to reveal right now?
It's very simple. We just write to the HOD of whatever department subject requisition of post to NPSC, and that is based on the PNR rule, the NPSC rule number 9 clause 4.
Okay.
The NPSC has the right to question any department and send requisitions. No, based on that only we do that.
Okay, so and now if this letter and you're going to send all this to all the departments, is it to ensure the future recruitment process are done with transparency also, future karne nimidina or previous ones karne kurase do?
Now, generally, Babi Shivulena MMC, Puila Raman, CTN department can do Janitego. We used to write to them na. Because department can be they fail to do their work. Actually, they know that they should be sending this post to Kiko NPSC based on that rule. Clearly, kinazo that ad hoc contract, fixed pay, or kon retire hule se next 12 months they don't do pathawal ye guna department to rule ase, and they are bound to be under that rule. Huli konishna since they don't do their duty. It lack of manpower problem be olai. So Pula de man likhi thaki huli maybe government didn't take us so seriously. Holy now since the Naga people have understood where is the loophole, I believe if we write to all the department, they will send the post to NPSC or NSSB. That is what we believe. So that number of vacancies, because it every man bujuli paredo a good number of posts can be filled. It every moi mention kure handu NSSB or NPSC pathaile do a good number of posts will be advertised. Yeah. On a yearly basis, hui thaguna.
Because we fail to see all these happening, going the right way. Advertisement takpi bishi, it's not been done. So, abdian bi holibi the 147 assistant professors kanita revoke kurahando. Does CTAN sympathize with them as well? Should they also reapply in the right way? The ones who are eligible, first of all. Is there a middle path also in this?
Of course, see, moi jane talk to some of my members were telling this time la Common Educational Service la exam result la na CST la to one person who was in Kiko that 147 list also go through the exam na.
Okay.
So maybe he or she understood the Kiko itu backdoor jaru thik na wala ba he or she studied aro balo MPSC ba wala so no even in the list ka manon be to those who are eligible welcome is so tan balo ba dina parishibly to bishi balo na aro prior to 2016 khan la do mabi bujese I have said this many times Tambi manu say 15 years, 10 years, come with 20 years, come with manu so tambi they may have a family now. But now to tangi morom what we are saying is government love rule best kurena baso last year the rule like so na kon 10 years par hoje contract de aro tala qualification tik thagle tala service the duty tik perform regular guri na government order ta na so last year 24 day to Mabi to order to respect Kurina, Utuhan prior to 2016 and accommodate go par Shibal na. Well, Mala concerned since we are under one government, Tanba rule banado he respect Kurina we are acting, even though we are activists.
Yes, but then there's so much of delay also in recruitment processes in many departments. And we can see in this NPSC also, right, with all this that has just happened in recently. So, should there be a reformation of all the departments now? Pura ini reform kuro legane.
That's what I was saying earlier. See, maybe the government didn't take us seriously earlier. One is CTN has always wrote to the departments to say, "Itebi tala kuma file pending tego." Only this year man itu likhile tu tabi seriously low la itu bisa
hopefully, right? You're hoping that they will take it seriously.
Yeah.
And now this is one such big protest that has taken Nagaland by storm. Imman dangorekta and then ichada apnila nambi household name is now because of this. Now will there be other protests also that CTAN would go again? In terms of if another situation arises where these kind of backdoor appointments, it could be in much more bigger numbers than this 147 and a different department. तो आपने हम भी इधो protest आरो इन्ने का ला strength दे जाओ ला भावना असना ना है इन्हीं
see होता है जरा street की protest करे तो सरम्बे से लेकिन what is ना the government is compelling us to do things ना आरो I believe see from the beginning we have always kept किको माला माथा दे दो माला भावना दे दो equality transparency ना at least give a chance to sit for exam itu mala babana de thakina mala coding gan CTN gan do executive kan do itu eso mala babana do to future de huli lagi shugule do if the government compels us we will have to
we can go to the streets again
yeah
and maybe in larger numbers also you never know, right?
See, our intention is never to disturb the functioning of the government officers, namely not to disturb the public. Our last option is to
CTAN bishiwal department khan ge likhi she which is not been taken seriously also. So iduhan apni letters to likhina, like the contents of these letters as mentioned earlier. Iduhan bhi, that means there were so many issues that CTAN was trying to put across to these departments for many years, but it went unnoticed, it fell on deaf ears. So how big is this backdoor appointment issue?
Of course, see, this is the
How
reason.
much are
It's a very big issue. This is the reason why Naga youths are becoming. They have a thought in their mind. Now, even if I study, people with connection may get through. Or see, in Nagaland, people say, "Na, you don't need very good qualification to get a government job. You need connections here and there." But also because of that, people are disappointed.
Yes.
It were and that is also the reason we hardly find a Naga qualifying IAS, IPS, Central
Yes.
Service kan naulai do IFS kan nisna. Because mala youths kan ge motivate na gre do. Political connection all lui grade 4 post ekta paili na only backdoor ki ekta paili. Itu mala mentality Naga society di thakara potential thaka manu bi IAS kan de IPS de central level de compete kule na pare do. Hardly dikhe no hai naulai do na.
Yes. Yeah, that is very true.
So backdoor when it's killing our spirit to spirit of competition pura morai diye do.
With eligible persons and who have studied very hard throughout their lives and everything, and then just one person who is not even eligible or qualified gets the job. That's very true, and that means it is very rampant. Apni ko ado Nagaland de bishi rampant hui jaishi idu. And is it getting better or worse? Or with these kind of public coming together, CTAN and NNQF or alag organizations kan hovi coming together, do you think this is what Nagaland needs right now?
Yeah. See, we know that not everybody will get government job. No, that is for sure. And we don't deny the fact. The 100% manu government job it's never going to happen. But still then, to existing vacancies can do procedure to bal work recruit na itu is mal concern do. Post konti opode aro kumbagi connection thagangi pichidi gusai dilu do alag serious manon do kut jauna.
Idu recently idu issue la 147 protest kan jado. This is all questions, basic questions that people would ponder also. Apni hanbi, apart from the minister, did any other politicians approach and spoke to you regarding this issue apart from the concerned department authorities or minister? Alag department, did someone come and sympathize with CTAN or not?
No, see, for me, I don't have any connection with the ministers or MLAs today. With good connection. Of course, by face to Jari, probably I don't have any connection with them. And CTN was formed in 2016. So 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, it's 25. So it's almost going to be 10 years man in Akam Grinahado. We are happy that at least our works are being recognized.
And fruit is being yielded in this. Yes, I forgot to congratulate you also on the success of this. So, but then apni han bhi kuha nishna apni han press statement that the journey is not over yet. This is just a small part of the victory. So, apni han bhi CTAN la side pra. Do you have what is the way forward? Is there a blueprint? It's a blueprint the way forward for CTAN. Yes, apni han kushe. You will write letters to all the departments, but then it can be the same issue again. It go unnoticed. They will bury it under some files.
No. This time, what we will do is
what will you do different? Yeah?
We will write it to the HODs to send the posts which are lying vacant, which is filled by contract, ad hoc, or fixed pay, and also those posts which are to be vacant in the next 12 months. We will first give a letter to them. So maybe we'll give them a time frame. After that, our executive will go and visit whether they have sent their requisition or not. So that way, it will be somewhat different. And if they have not sent, we'll send them a reminder again, and we'll take our own course of action.
This time during the protest, the last day of the protest, April 30th, I noticed many teachers also had come to the street in support of CTAN. They were correcting their papers. Some were who were preparing their thesis for their PhDs. All this. तान सब आइना हमने उनके support को लेकर कुछ है, which is very commendable. But don't you think that for them to come also, it will be there's another negative side to it also that तान ला भी affect हुआ है? What is your opinion on that?
See, mostly kwa nichna CTN la under do doctors kana se, engineers kana se, technical branch kana se. Man do A plus B whole square la hi bishi theke do. Huli tan do PhD wala kana so NNQF kana na. Our kwa nichna some of them are teaching in private colleges. Huli tambi tala duty grow lagi. At the same time, they are fighting for a cause, so they have to be present in the agitation also. So they are kali drama kure like kunai do tade. Honestly, sincerely, tan adina question paper and topic check kure so tade na, or they are doing their works. To jo hosala compel guna tan bi upay na thigina tala pek palibul gade tai teach kore se kuma college te to itula kam bi kore. At the same time, burning issue se tala mon bitore agitation do jaw lagi guna. To gane ina bi hui thing so.
So coming back to now, although protests can hui that is just like you said, there's still a long way to go. This is just an icing on the cake right now. And then, but let's talk about you now. Apni laga let people get to know Mission Lokat. What is your background? You have joined politics. You are part of the Congress, and many people apni ke beshi scrutinize kore aro koise tai do Congress laga papega se edu khane in government ke against beshi jai ase, especially in regard to this tade apni ki ko mun jai, and give us a little history about you. How did it all begin?
See, if I'm not mistaken, I've spoken in some of the interviews and all about myself. So I don't want to repeat those things again and again. Really, of course, I don't deny that I have joined the Indian National Congress to do that is manusok manu jane se na really kwanisna. Before I joined Congress, kwanisna 2006. See, my journey started in 2013. Na. As an activist.
Yes.
Right after my graduation, when I see, because I'm from electrical background, so itu bar there was hardly any advertisement in power department. So when we first fought, that is in 2013, we started in 2013. I was the president of this Graduate Electrical Engineers Association of Nagaland. So till 2015, I was the president. We fought against the government, and there was a huge number of vacancies which arose na utu time de backdoor thagano allow parina advertisement bi bishi 37 post na kiman hola je.
Okay.
To iman diri na hola na thagina na. To after that coalition 2015 16 there CTN form hoje. CTN mane all associations milai gina na na. To itu politics la kotha do ini tadi na bujina mungkin na jani na kutha kuala ni. The other day also some people were pointing me, you being a Congress leader, how can you lead a student association guna mungkin na kuaso? But I understand that what is there in their mind, their heart. Really, mo ito concern tagi na maybe mo policy min na ho thagala jola. Really, the government has compelled such a person, a stupid person like me, to go against them. Maybe system rahi mo compel go la so to. Moi activist kure guna government de a lot of reformation anu guli what I can do at the most I can pressure. I cannot decide to na. Itu karena moi I thought that okay, if the policy makers, if I also can be a policy maker, I can make good policies for the people, for my people of Nagaland. No, itu babi na hi politics center bola so.
Okay. Why Congress though again?
See, it was our first time, and mula sa tingan mi sob to inexperience it hai. Kali malamon bitaw the burning desire ekta thai to see the change in Nagaland. Example like we have fought with so many of the departments in Nagaland na. So what we see is service rule to balnai, service rule to over outdated as a problem with those so. Now who is supposed to rearrange all those the elected members? No. But even as a pressure group, man kiman tangi kuli tan yes ko no ko ta la pore thege aro most of our issues are not being addressed also itore man like minded kan du babina atti gese to ina asukuli do let's give a try na because Nagaland do pusa na thegli election jaw na pare la ekta pula ba na ekta so but we wanted to start something new with ideas with vision what mane good plans for our Naga people wina itu babna even with pusa nai wina generally we need try go sa wina election jala so
What was your experience like election jada against such big senior?
na
Oh.
itu time them way I have lots of trust issue here these days because I saw so many Judas during the 2023 election time na man bal face by only utamugi jukala utamugi ina lai bishi things so maybe Naga society to ina uje so I didn't know that na because man don't like to simple it as school jao ayo college jao ayo bula social life to thage thage ne pula do ekdam reserve sorom ekta thage only when I want to appear exam electrical post now like so I started questioning that the department why there is no advertisement so that way asti itu department inazni itu department inazni asti learn go parela so now I can say that at least I know how the government should function na the system a lot to bujho pare so how the department should function
Like you're saying, apni to very reserved thakishi, and now you've led so many people to victory. That is a very big feat for you. And then, tell us a little bit about your childhood, just a little more in-depth details. Maybe you have told other media people before in interviews, but let's remind people again.
I kwan isnam mai to model school of police na
Okay.
till class 12 model high secondary aro itu pichide join entrance exam diye to JEE de ulai na Madhya Pradesh te puriche to Madhya Pradesh te pure tam ni ekta city thagije to aro mala college to it was ranking to bishi kara so I don't know whether it's proper to say like that or not really man do fanda bishi thage to college te
Yes.
example first year do we call it third button na mane itu first button hai
Acha.
second button third button so we have to do like in a third button college to do and if the seniors touch us like this we have to say thank you sir thank you ma'am like that na ina like ta thaksu mala college to really say third year fourth year will do she relax ho jay mane ki ko
Less ragging.
ranking la charina the juniors they do if they serve us in a problem na but lately we realize go palo it was for our good mangi humble gule shikala he na I am happy today na aro because what I see is mala naga manondo manugi sir madule manugi me manugi respect gurule bishi ekta diktar bhai do naga manondo really for us man ni na face ko ano example office active jaina pion chugri we sir maduli we don't hesitate and they all deserve when is not they are doing their duty na so they deserve what they do babe really in a way jaina ina bahare mainland India re magi na rose ko I feel that it was teaching us magi humble goli shikai as babe I take it positively
I'm happy you brought that, and it just struck me also कि Amihan, yes, northeastern Manuhan, northeast from mainland India ni jaina racist comments, racial slurs can bishi pai. What do you say on that? Because we ourselves also we can see moala nijor jagare mohan outsider means plain Manu mainland who we or ki we also tend to be so racist against them. It is not a secret. Now, to apni life to be opinion ki aise, do we victimize ourselves too much?
I see example like movie ite apne condition se bahari jatam de kutta bhi tela nijo gori to tiger nishina behave kore to na it same as yatvi what I see is naga manon bhi who has never bahari life thi na ja manon di play manon ye ill treat kro na ki kore to the same thing with the mainland Indians also mangi man bhi bahari thake mangi ini ki hunyo mun na thaka la ami bishi koi na ina do thake so it's not good to do like that but still then itu do ina chuli thake wa and from especially moi aru mola circle of friends ati and we always dukan handi jeli play manau la di jeli hindi wa thakina ekjun juge hasio they feel so comfortable with us noile moi man laga town chukran do ekdam dhamki diye to na thange that is what we don't like wa really when it's my circle of friends we are very closely ni dukan handi jeli kudi lo pali hindi wa ekjun juge na ekdam close they feel so close to us na
Okay, but okay. Now I've heard your opinion on that. I was just thinking, you have not told us about your childhood. What it was like? How was it? Apni bishi reserved thage she. What was your school life like? Basically, were you a good student throughout? It takes a lot to be in the.
I was just an average student. Really, when it's na ekdam sorom aro. Moi la classmate anto jane se moi hero wi na lagai do mane aro ni busti wala life to je upai nai aro life to over simple ki school jao ayo aro music to bishi interest thai jo to mano on the teachers kan dili what is your aim in life kule do moi do I don't have any answer for that really deep down inside my heart I used to talk I want to be a rock star now babi I don't know what I have become but
no but I think a lot of people will think of you as a rock star material now that you have accomplished such a big going against the government in such a big department and so many people are appreciating you so maybe it's more than a rock star also
manisi koalishna with deep concern mala mon bitore concern taking that role mane we did not start this to get fame we did not start this to let people recognize us in like only maybe it took us many years to ina movement it took us many years
it's bearing fruit now you would say the CTAN
yes see some of the departments which never send requisition also after our existence they have started sending requisition or there was a particular department since they have I will not mention the name the name of the department but since they have never sent requisition to NPSC when we wrote to them the way they sent to NPSC was directly to the chairman NPSC post for requisition like that is not the way actually like I said the HOD has to send to his secretary but since they are not used to sending to the post to NPSC they did mistake like that so ina kana say wa really after our existence after CTN like existence the number of posts be increase was people can always Google and see
right so in relation to this issue next elections there do you think this particular protest will come up as a leverage for the Congress
that I don't know it's becoming like a political talk show
no not political talk show but these all correlated I would say next elections can there be any I mean even if it's not political also even if you were not part of Congress do you think it will really hamper the leverage of other parties also because of this kind of issues and apni kwanishna apni aro jawale ase forward jawale ase writing to departments more can of worms has opened the aro
I will not talk about one particular party but be it any party
right be it any party
but now I believe that as I have mentioned in many of the in our protests also next time if the whoever candidate comes tangye apni la mane question hudiwi wa candidate kange just because that apni la family is apni la clan is apni la busti mano jugna vote na diwi ask him or her what is your plan for my future generation what is your plan for my children what is your plan or what is your strategy how to develop this Nagaland so that Nagaland also becomes among mane national level di hulibi infrastructure di hulibi na hulibi kikila hudibi national level de compete korle parola amni la plan ki ase udi hudibi tu gol mone se modo be it any party no hole to pusa thaka mane jitibo to naga future to khatam he je Mula khandan mula relative mula busti manu bursibule itu Nagaland tu kiman corrupted ase itu nisna jai thaibule se tora moi public ki to appeal guri mon thaga do next time de ahile ask the candidate question hudi be candidate ki mula apni la plan ki ase mala busti manu gare mala tribe gare mala naga manu gare mala region gare what is your plan your future
For
tui hudi be was mo
Aro, Hulibe, we can see that the money power starts playing during elections, especially, and then manu chup hui jai. Public becomes silenced because of money. Now, how do we tackle this issue?
see I believe time to change ho na I heard from many of the prominent leaders in Nagaland it is senior kan pula de do central puisa pathaina budget to chula khatum naina wapas bhi dire use just like Mizoram did this year na budget to puisa central wa diyo to chula khatum naina aru wapas di dijo pula de Nagaland bi na hoi bishi do so itya man ko nishna if Nagaland labi hope ase to bisa and man there are so many other leaders who are trying to bring back those kind of things with puisa no hingna with policies
Right,
with good policies.
So you think Nagaland has hope?
Of course, I believe, yeah.
You believe that
change to who gonna be success.
change.
So no the election de manu puisa vote kini aba development baro do na no.
Yes. So, apne bhi future aspirants of Nagaland, future leaders of Nagaland right now. I mean, what is your message to them? And also, can they trust the system now? I mean, now that we have CTAN, we have NNQF, we have many other organizations that are also fighting the students' body units, apex bodies. So, can they trust the system now? Because the reason why these organizations exist is also to see that these things don't occur again. And I think we have our organizations are very strong. You know, in fact, our social units and social CSOs are so strong in this land, this state of Nagaland. So, do you think that we can do so much more? And can they trust the system now? And right now, not like in 10 years. No, I mean,
Koi ini moi wa kutha ko la ki iman nimpe khona nai bi na jine only moi ekta dikhe do si CSOs kan tribal apex body and they are meant to be neutral do balra bable neutral thagina naga manuang garne tala rights kan tala culture kan to preserve korle lage or whenever needed to stand and fight for the citizens CSOs kan la kam do only what we see is these days mostly CSOs they head bukhega no political inclination tagani thagero so there are times where CSO has to oppose the government also since they already have lots of connection with the political politicians ekdam power thaka mano connect with they become voiceless. So what is the use of the CSOs if they are not actually doing their work?
Right. And being silent is loud enough. Silent more loud. It speaks volumes, being silent. It is what the saying goes also. So do you have anything else to say? This was a very short and very about the way forward, I would say, for CTAN, and you've revealed to us and the public as well key plans as your future day, and you will not be stopping. So is there anything you would like to say to anyone or to the public or even to any departments, ministers, politicians, bureaucrats, anybody?
To whomever it may be concerned, if you are given the power to serve the people, use it wisely. Be the department, be the concerned ministers, the cabinets, the MLAs, nijola duty to balwa because people have chosen you to serve them.
All right, thank you so much for giving your time. I know you have come all the way from Kohima as well to sit with us and give us an insight look into the future of CTAN and key plans, I say, and thank you so much for that. And like Tairakwa Nishna, that Idu movement is actually a revolutionary movement that had begun, and hopefully it will go forward and more fruits will be bared through this organization, CTAN and NNQF and many other organizations and welfare organizations, I would say. And as he had mentioned, that they did not start this movement for fame or this protest for fame. They do not like to go for these protests, but if that is the only way for outcome and positive outcome to happen, then yes, they would also do that as well if the people's voices can be heard through protests. And he is very much positive that Nagaland still has hope, but not with money, but with new policies for a new Nagaland. Esther here with camera person Timjan for Nagaland News Network.